Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Alicia Rosenzweig, and I'm here to present to you a video of the demo we showed in the OPNFV Summit in Berlin 2016 of Vitrage collaboration with the Doctor project in OPNFV. Vitrage, as I'm sure you already know, is an official OpenStack project for root cause analysis, deduced alarms and states, and giving you in general a holistic and complete view of the system. For more information about Vitrage, please come visit our website. The specific scenario we're going to show here is how Vitrage implements the inspector component of the Doctor project. We will be using Nagios as our monitor. Vitrage will receive alarms from Nagios, specifically in this case about the host NIC going down. Vitrage will then notify Nova, forcing the host to go down because of the problem in the NIC, which will in turn notify AODH and raise an alarm in AODH. We will be simulating a VNFM, a VNF manager, which will be switching off between an active and standby service on two VMs, one on each host. So without further ado, let's look at Vitrage. So this is the Vitrage Horizon UI in the entity graph window. And we can see over here that we have an OpenStack cluster comprised of two zones, each with a single physical compute. On compute 00, we have two VMs, VM 1 and 2. On the compute 01, we have VM 3. VMs 1 and 3 each have a service running on them, which are part of a VNF. And again, as I mentioned before, we are currently simulating the VNFM. The focus of Vitrage is on collecting the information and organizing it in a meaningful way. Notice also that the service on compute 00 is currently in active state, while compute 01 it is in standby state, which is reflecting the way that the VNF is handling this service. Currently, in the topology view, which is the compute hierarchy, you can see that all systems are go. Specifically, both VM1 and VM2 are currently with no errors, no problems. And we can also see that in the alarm section that we have no currently raised alarms. We are currently using Nagios as our monitor. So without further ado, let us raise an alarm on Nagios of type check interface public, stating that the public NIC is not functioning. We are currently simulating this error. As you can see, we are now in state critical, and let's look at what happened to the alarms. Immediately we got not only one alarm on Nagios, but actually another alarm on AODH, as we said, stating that the compute is down, and two alarms on the VMs, VM 1 and 2, as we will see shortly, and one alarm on the service. Now, just looking at this list of alarms doesn't really give us a sense of what happened here. If we look at the root cause analysis for the service problem, we will see that service is down because the instance is unreachable, because the compute 00 is down because of the problem in the public interface. If we look at this from the context of Nagios, of the Nagios alarm, we will see the complete picture. There was a problem in the check interface public test, which brought the alarm for the compute being down. This affected two VMs. This is VM1, which is part of the service, and VM2, which is also residing on the same compute, but is not part of the service. And this causes the service to be down. So you can see here how we've taken a list of alarms and given them context and meaning. If we next look at the topology view, We can now see that in our compute hierarchy, compute 00 is now in a state of error, as are the two VMs that reside on it, VM1 and 2, even though VM2 is not part of the service, and VM3, which is part of the service, is fine. Finally, let's look at the entity graph. As you can see here, the entity graph shows us the way the different alarms have been raised. Let's briefly arrange them to give a better sense of what is happening here. As you can see, now the compute 00 is red, in other words, an error state, as is VM1 and VM2. And there are these series of alarms, which we've already seen organized in the root cause analysis. The additional piece of information is that now the service that initially was active is now in error state, and the service that earlier was in standby is now in active state. That's it. Thank you for joining us for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please come join us and contribute.